To our breaking news for you this hour. Ukraine's ex-prime minister is jailed for 7 years. Yulia Tymoshenko was found guilty of abuse of power while signing gas deals with Russia 2 years ago. RT's Alexei Yaroshevsky was following the events from just outside the courthouse, where Tymoshenko supporters have been having scuffles with police.
At times it seemed that the tension would go over the top with the supporters of Yulia Tymoshenko, thousands of them, trying to organize a march through the streets of Kiev and being dispersed by the police with no real brutality, but still some pushing and shoving, and the situation was really explosive. Still, several people were injured in the pushing and shoving with the police. One woman we saw, she was taken to hospital having fallen from a stage or from a staircase or something like that. Inside the courtroom, of course, it was very tense as well. While the judge was reading out the verdict, Yulia Tymoshenko was overshouting the judge, was screaming abusive words at him, saying that this decision, this verdict was not done in accordance with the criminal law, but was orchestrated by President Viktor Yanukovych. Indeed, the reaction from the former prime minister when she learned that she is to spend 7 years in prison, have her property confiscated and to pay out almost $200 million in debt was very much furious.
No authoritarian regime or its verdict will stop me. The trial showed that the constitution and justice had been trampled underfoot. I urge you to begin the struggle. It's a very difficult and important moment. We have to protect Ukraine against the authoritarian regime. Don't give up.
We understand that the protesters, several thousand of them, will remain in Kiev Central Street for another week at least to follow the developments and to see whether their leader would be set free or any other development could happen to her. Well, Moscow has been saying all along that those deals back in 2009 were signed in full accordance with international law and with the two countries' legislation. And the reaction which we have already received from the Russian Foreign Ministry is saying almost the same, that the Pechersky court, which had the verdict delivered, basically neglected the fact that Russia believed that the deals were signed lawfully, and the verdict itself has something of an anti-Russian pretext. We have also received reaction from Russia's Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, who is bewildered as to why this verdict is developed in this scenario.
To be honest, I can't quite understand why she got those 7 years. Tymoshenko did not sign anything. The contracts were signed between economic agents, Gazprom and Naftogaz. They were signed fully in accordance with Russian and Ukrainian legislation, as well as international rules and regulations. I think it's dangerous and counterproductive to call into question the entire set of agreements.
There had also been certainly very harsh reactions to the verdict coming from the European Union, but my colleague Daniel Bushel will probably tell you more about that.